Good morning, everyone. Ryan Macy here, your Director of Instruction at Bradenton Country Club. We're on the beautiful 17th hole here, and we're going to go over some pitch shots today. We're going to talk about how to get that ball a little bit more in the air and try to get it to stop a little easier to the closer to the hole when it gets there. So the first thing I see a lot of when people are trying to hit a shot where the ball needs to get up in the air a little quicker, a pitch shot where it's in the air longer than it's on the ground, and then you have your chip, which of course is on the ground longer than it's in the air. Well, we're going to make this ball go up, and we're going to make it go up a little quicker. So the way we do that is we don't really try to get too wide of a base. We don't want to get really wide here over the ball. We want to narrow ourselves up a little bit. We want that ball favoring right in the center of our feet. Now, the common error is to set up to this golf ball and we try to hit it and we let the club pass our hands like this. And when that happens, we either hit into the ground behind it right here, or we'll catch it really thin and we'll send it across that green. We're going to try to make it a little more simple today so we don't have to feel so unconfident on hitting shots like this. You know, a lot of people hit shots and they try to keep it on the ground all the time because they can't get it in the air. And of course the rule of thumb is if you can putt it, because a bad putt's always better than a bad chip or pitch. So here, we're going to set up to the ball right in the middle of our feet, and we're going to really concentrate on keeping that club really wide. We want to make kind of a small little half circle right here with the club head, and we're going to let that club head stay really wide, and we're going to move that club back to the ball with the handle of the club leading and not the head of the club trying to lead into it that way. So when we do this, the object here is to keep that club nice and wide and shallow with a nice brush of the ground underneath, and that's going to create that little pitch. It's like a little soft underhand toss that we're going to throw that ball up high in the air so we can try to get it to stop closer to the hole. So basic place here is to make sure that that club is as shallow as can be in brushing the grass. We're going to keep it wide, like I said, keeping your arms nice and straight and allowing your chest to turn while you keep those arms moving. If we stop the arms, the hands take over, and that's where we have a bad shot. That's where we get that club head lead the hands, and there's our problem. So let's try it. We're going to get set up to the ball. We're going to really try to keep that club really wide and create a nice little semicircle down here with the club head and see if we can get that ball to get up in the air. I've got about a 20-yard pitch shot here, and I'm going to try to hit it maybe 15 of it in the air and then let the rest of it kind of get to the hole that way. So let's get set, feet are closer together. We're trying to keep our sternum kind of right over the ball. We don't want to set up too much behind this one. We want to favor our weight more to that left side a little bit. And we're just going to try to keep that club as wide as possible, not letting our hands break or our hands flip or do anything of that nature. Okay, so let's get set. Let's look at our shot here. Let's get set to it. Now remember, the club needs to stay really wide and shallow. You can get a little closer to it to choke down on it, so that makes that club stand a little more vertical, which is going to help our shot lift into the air a little bit. Let's get set, getting closer to it. Really wide club. And we hit a really nice little pitch shot there that ends up, just rolling out just a little bit too far. Let's try that one more time so everybody can get it. Let's get set to the ball, sternum right over it. Club stays really wide and shallow, sends it up in the air. That's a good one there. And hopefully this will help you create a little more lift on that ball and get our hands out of the play so we don't have so many mishits when we're around the green. These short shots shouldn't take a lot of swing and a lot of movement to be able to hit. So let's keep that club really wide and shallow, arms and chest turning to finish the swing, and you should finish that club somewhere over here on your left side, and we'll call that going from maybe hip to hip. So we'll try that one more time so everybody gets it. Get that ball set there. We're going to try to keep that club at about hip height, and then we're going to lead it through and finish it at about hip height there, and that'll help us out to control this a little bit more. One more shot, get set, ball, sternum over, weight favoring the left side. Really wide finish like that. And you can see again, I had a really good club set of about hip height on both sides. If we work on this, we execute this, it takes a little time to practice to figure it out. But again, you should always be spending more time around the chipping greens and the putting greens than you should worrying about hitting that 300-yard tee ball. because that putt and that chip counts just as much as that ball you have to hit a long way. Have a great day.